Hi, Forever family. I'm a grateful follower of Jesus Christ. I struggle with the painful hurt of divorce, food issues, pride, and all kinds of hurts, habits, and hangups. And my name is Eric. When I was a kid, my favorite TV show of all time was The $6 Million Man. I love that show. I watched it every single week. The show was about a man named Steve Austin. He was a astronaut and a test pilot, and one day he was testing an airplane and something went horribly wrong and he crashed the plane. He lost both of his legs, his right arm, and his left eye. Now, the government decided to replace these parts with machine parts called bionics. These bionics cost $6 million, making Steve the $6 Million Man. I love this story because it reminds me of my recovery story. You see, Steve's body had to be wrecked before he could receive those bionics. When I came to Celebrate Recovery almost 11 years ago, my spiritual life was wrecked. And it wasn't until I realized that I could not fix myself and needed a higher power to fix me that I was able to be healed. So I want to share a couple verses with you. Sometimes our past comes up and tries to remind us of all the bad things that we've done and discourages us and depresses us. Has the enemy come up into your life and reminded you of the things that you've done and made you feel shameful and guilty? Maybe he's told you that you are worthless and you can never do anything for him. I know he's told me that before. Well, I want to remind you of a verse in 2 Corinthians 12:9 that says that it is through our weakness that we are made strong. You see, whenever we admit that we are broken and that we need God's higher power in our life, that's when God can do his greatest works. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. So if that enemy is reminding you of your past and trying to pull you down and depress you and discourage you and keep you from doing good things, remember that Jesus Christ is your higher power and that he has created you to do good things. I want to share a verse with you out of Ephesians 2:10, and it says, "For we are God's masterpiece." Do you know that you are God's masterpiece? You are one of a kind, and God has made you to do good things in your life. We are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so that we can do the good things that he has planned for us long ago. Isn't that a great verse? I want to read one last verse to you as we end this video. And I want you to listen to these words that Paul said, because the enemy would come up to Paul and remind him of his horrible past and the things that he had done. The verse says, Philippians 3:13 says, "Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself to have taken hold of it, but one thing that I do, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus." Maybe you're watching this video and the enemy has discouraged you and reminded you of your past. Let me remind you that Jesus Christ thinks that you are a masterpiece and that you were created to do good things. So admit that you're wrecked, receive God's grace and healing, and know that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. I hope this video finds you in a good place, but if not, claim your higher power, Jesus Christ, in your life and allow him to enable you to do good things. May God bless you and keep you.